Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Four Pillars podcast. It's good to be back. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler, joined by all three of the other Four Pillars, George, Ethan, and James. How's it going, lads? Good to be with you.
It's going good.
It's going fine.
I'm rubbing my hands in anticipation.
Let's go.
I was hassling you guys about being prepared, doing a test record. And here I am on my fucking iPhone filming myself because my webcam just went from working to absolutely shitting itself in that time. Yeah. So I've been faffing around for half an hour. But I made it work. I guess I'm just using my phone for the video. And if you're not seeing any video, it means that fucked up. But you're hearing me. We're here for another Four Pillars podcast. We're assuming you can see me.
We're assuming this is going out and that everything will be fine by the end of the recording.
Yeah, we've got
last time we tried to record this. When was it? Like 2 months ago.
December.
Was
December?
It wasn't
January.
It was like in March. I thought it was like March.
Really?
Because I had before John.
You've got to be having a laugh with me, mate.
It
Yeah,
was
I
like
had
the dog,
so I know it was a bit after December. I'm going to fucking check because I haven't deleted my footage.
Why?
He wants to be correct based on not just memory but also evidence. Yeah, exactly. I've got the receipts. You've got the receipts for when we last attempted and failed. You're absolutely right. It was March. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like just before. Yeah, just before exactly John Mayer, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Last episode we tried. Sorry, I was just going to give the viewers some context to what happened last time. We recorded like a good bloody episode. It was nice and strong. It was a lovely catch up. Great episode. My recording fucked up and like corrupted like 2 minutes in, so we couldn't do anything with it, and it was horrible.
Not even like halfway where we had like an hour podcast, like literally 3.5 minutes in, and you just froze, and I was like, no, and I downloaded all the footage, I started editing, and I was like, oh no, bro!
You could have
not what you need.
Does everybody else still have their footage of that?
No.
Or is it just me?
I probably deleted it, but I did put it on Drive before I did.
Shit. Well, if you want just mine and Ethan's side of the conversation.
Yeah, well, we shared.
If you only, maybe there's only mine. If you just want me talking to myself, then I could give you that if you want.
Yeah, what an insight into the mind of the man that is James.
Yeah, we're not.
Absolutely. It's the same. I always find it quite amusing after we've recorded a podcast episode to listen back to only my audio and I'd just go, look at this fucking schizo. Who's he talking to?
A lovely one-sided conversation.
It'd be good to get like AI to fill in the gaps, just so it's just yours and AI does the rest, just to see what it would come up with.
Yeah, but to be fair, it wouldn't really work with me because I realise when I do that just how long I'm sat there in complete silence, letting you guys go off on a tangent.
It'd have to be the AI set going off on something.
Well, think about how, for the people, it's been a year since we've last done a podcast, since the first reunion. It's been a year.
Actually,
we didn't forget about you. We did try months ago to record another reunion, and then probably would have come back around now again as well, but. Yeah. It fucked up, so here we are. But we had a great time just catching up. Like, I just enjoyed, at the end of the day, when the recording failed, I was like, I got to hang out and chat with my mates. So, it was it's not the end. I wasn't that upset about it. It's not like, we didn't announce it. We hadn't told anyone. Like, it wasn't like we were letting people down. Like, boys, we better re-record next week. It was like, we'll do it again soon. And here we are.
It's been a year.
Yeah, I know. July the 2nd, we put it out.
It's been a year and a half. Since it's been a year and a half since we finished doing podcasts, but it also feels like 7 years. So.
It does feel longer than a year and a half.
It does. It does get. It's because doing what you do online, it does get lonely after you've had this sort of like group of people you've done this with. And then suddenly you're just sort of like on your jack doing it. And as nice as that is at times, I can go, right, nobody cares. I am able to just do whatever I want to do. I could literally
have too much control.
I can make top 5s on hiding spots again if I wanted to. Nobody would be able to say anything. But it's great. But I'm just sat there sometimes going, man. I'm still
James, Ethan, you two are still like, you're making content, you're doing your things. Does it feel different now without the Four Pillars? I guess
the process of making
probably better.
I do feel a little bit unshackled in the sense that I'm no longer held to a standard that's enforced by a community of people that don't even watch me. But but I certainly do miss that same community, because it was just full of great people who you could chat shit with. You know,
it went up in a big burst of flame.
I don't care how it went. It's time.
I don't remember. I put a mental block on it actually.
Yeah,
PTSD.
It's like a trauma response.
Trauma block. Yeah.
While it existed, though, it was certainly a beautiful thing.
Do you feel like, James, for you, like, I don't even know how to put this, but I mean, a part of me was like, I wanted like a where are they now for certain community members that I just don't know what's going on with them since, you know, people you did used to talk to a lot, like, no, it's not that I think you know, but I guess, do you feel like you have a different community now, or do you feel like it's still people from the Four Pillars community? Like, is there I guess, a post Four Pillars community, if that makes sense? I don't know if that...
I think like the most in touch I have in terms of a community is obviously through Patreon, and through, well, it's still called the As Always Discord, even though it's linked to, you know, the what is now the Lasers Patreon. And I think what's happened as I've sort of been developing that and evolving that is you've got a lot of people left over from the old days that are just still around and still hanging out.
Yeah.
But I've found that there's a lot of new people too, but also people that were around in the past are now more involved when I just sort of, it's like names I recognize, where I'm like, oh, they were just kind of like someone I would notice sometimes in like a stream chat or maybe on Twitter, but they were never like part of the Four Pillars community, and now part of this new thing because they were like, oh, I really like what you're doing on Patreon, and they were more maybe video viewers than they were like podcast and community type people. So when I've sort of shifted focus to now the community aspect is all around just my videos, it's like, oh, they've actually kind of got involved with that more, which they
were people that have been around since day one, realistically, for you, where, you know, they watched the Doctor Who doll videos, and now finally you do Doctor Who reviews, and they're like, this is what I subscribed for.
This is what years ago.
Finally, it's all come back around.
You're doing Doctor Who reviews.
Well, I'm on Patreon. Yeah, I'm doing commentaries for every new episode that comes out. That's what I've been doing. I've got a lot on Patreon. People don't know.
I need to dive into that.
I know. I mean, I still pay you money, James.
I'd probably still pay you money. I don't know.
I think I stopped paying for your Patreon in like 2019 or something.
Fucking
I mean, if I have stopped paying, maybe it's time that I start paying again.
But no, it's cool. I mean, that's the thing for me. Patreon is like where I do a lot on Patreon. And my idea is like, I got Brett on the Jazz Lounge the other day, which is my podcast where I talk to creators and people and stuff. Yeah, I got Brett back. We did a super long one. It was really nice to hang out and catch up with him and everything. But he said, like, why don't you do it early access Patreon and then put it out to the public? And I'm like, like I could, but I just love the idea that someone would watch, you know, be binge watching some of my YouTube videos, and then they click on my Patreon, they're like, oh, I'll just check out, and there's just like hundreds of stuff on there, and they're like, holy shit, I'll throw them a couple of dollars because there's so much stuff here.
New channel,
which I think is cool. I like that. I like having it all tucked away and secret. I think it's fun.
It's because deep down, you've always been this way. People just starting to see it that you're a shield of the corporate dollar, and that's we do know, and that we do know.
That's true.
If anything is going the opposite way, you'd have thought. If you're doing a Patreon, then
that's why he holds off videos until the sponsor approves it, because he's keeping the community tight. You know what I mean? That's why he's like, hang on, I can't release that. My sponsor's got to check it. He's an absolute shit.
Oh, I say
to be fair, this is an absolute
videos, especially. I try and factor something incredibly abhorrent in there. I am very good at sliding abhorrent jokes into videos that are sponsored.
And do you feel like that's when you can test them? I'm like, do they really watch them?
They don't give a fuck. They do not give a fuck.
No, they don't.
They just watch. Yeah. They might watch just the ad part, and then they're like,
they. To be fair, it depends on the sponsor. Some will actually watch the whole thing. They won't usually micromanage it. It depends on who sponsors you, of course. But sometimes, they're just more interested in making sure the ad is good and it sits nicely and it flows well and the information is correct. And it doesn't take too much time, but then they like to see how it leads in, how it leads out as well. Because I mean, even if they're not going to critique you on that, and they rarely do, they want to know what works and what doesn't, because they're still applying what is very indirect marketing to a video project, and that you can't really, as much as it's an expensive endeavor for what you get out of it, you can't really afford to get it wrong either. So they do sort of pay attention, but it depends on who it is and your relationship with that particular brand.
Yeah, like if you have a Manscaped sponsor, they'll let you say balls in it.
That is true. That is true. You could say balls in a Manscaped ad.
Yeah,
you can, and they don't care. They love it.
If anything, they probably prefer it if you did say balls in a Manscaped ad. I can think of a few reasons why that would come up as important.
And you kind of have to. One of their fucking products is like the ball toner or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's called like the lawnmower, is it not?
I'm talking about like the creams they give you to rub on your balls.
Please tell me they don't have a cream called the ball toner.
Yeah, I think it genuinely is called ball toner or ball reviver or something like that.
That's pretty sick. I love that.
Just in case your testicles become necrotic.
Yeah, I want to be horse reviver. I want to be sponsored by them. It'd be fun.
I'm sure you could easily just email them. They'll be like,
I could.
To be honest, when it comes to sponsors, I've never ever actively wanted a sponsor. Somebody comes up to me with a good idea or a good offer, indeed, and a good product, which is important as well. I'm like, yeah, go on then.
I'd shill anything, bro. But I don't get sponsorship offers.
To be fair, 99% of the emails I get, I don't even reply to.
Yeah, so same.
You've got to get some dodgy emails, surely.
Oh, mate, they're very obvious, but yeah, you do.
Yeah, it'll be like hello, and then it'll be like open bracket.
It will start with something
here,
like hello dear
bracket.
space semicolon randomly.
It's like clearly like a mass email they send to like loads of people from a database.
Oh yeah, no stuff like generic compliments. Those are things. Those don't actually bother me because I just don't have to read them. The ones that bother me are people trying to sell me editing.
No.
Your videos could be better with my editing, and then they should send examples of them editing together some video, like Mr. Beast wannabe video that isn't even that impressive, and you go, I don't see how this is going to move me forwards or even laterally, but rather backwards. And after a bit you go, I don't understand the goal of the people who send these emails. I understand that they want to further their career as freelance editors and all that, and it's probably quite a tough market. But they love backhanded compliments. I love your content, but... And it's like, oh...
I love watching your content. I watch it all day, but it's shit.
Yeah. You need me to edit it like a Mr. Beast video, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's how you get views.
There is probably a method to it, but it's not the content I want to do. I'm not trying to farm engagement from the world.
No.
I'm just trying. I like picking a niche, and I like producing content for that niche, and I like making content for like-minded people, I guess. So my very philosophy is incompatible with the style of editing that they're promising, and I just tend to ignore them. But another one that bothers me, I get a lot, is like thumbnail design.
Oh, that's a classic.
Thumbnail design emails were like, oh, your videos could benefit from better thumbnail design. So yeah,
I'd
love to be better at
doing
thumbnails, but I'd love to be better myself.
That was like, oh, Ethan's thumbnails. It's part of the charm of Ethan that his thumbnails are terrible.
It's not even true.
I know.
You have great thumbnails, better than any of my thumbnails I've ever fucking made. You want to talk about bad thumbnails?
Yeah.
Sometimes I put out some dumb thumbnails. Sometimes I put out some really dumb thumbnails, I will admit. If I don't care much about
your thumbnails now are great. Like I was on your channel the other day. I think they're really good.
They had to be. Somebody said that it was part of my charm that they were bad. So
I know. What a terrible, what an awful backhand thing to say.
It wasn't that bad. He didn't mean it badly.
How do you mean that goodly?
Goodly.
You don't know what you mean. That's all it is.
I guess he was just.
He wasn't sure where he was going with the statement, and he dug himself a hole. And I didn't take it personally. I was amused by it. I was glad he said that thing because
it's a funny memory now. Exactly, we remember that.
It is what it is. And I mean, these days I like trying to design thumbnails to be somewhat flush. I really like when it looks like one image rather than various layers. I don't know what it is about it, but when something looks like it's one image, even with text and all that, it looks like one piece of, I suppose,
piece of art,
patched together art. I didn't really contribute much to the art making process, I'll admit. I just designed the thumbnail itself. I like when it doesn't look shit. Put it that way.
Yeah. Making the thumbnails like my favorite part of making a video. I only make videos now, so I can make the
thumbnail. I design thumbnails first. You know,
I always leave it. It's like the victory lap for me. Like when I finish editing the video, it's like, okay, the video's edited. Now I can do the thumbnail, and then I can have fun.
I make it first because it motivates me to make the video.
That's fair. Yeah, it makes
I think sometimes I just do either. Idea. Sometimes I'll be like, I've got this really cool idea, and then I'm like, I'll make the thumbnail, and then it motivates me to make the video. And sometimes I don't really know what the thumbnail's going to look like until I finish the video and it's done, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to make it.
I've had instances like that, and I've had instances where I've redesigned the thumbnail after, but I like to design a concept, because to me the thumbnail is one of the most important parts of the video. I like a good thumbnail. I like a thumbnail that feels expressive. And I know I have a very particular style when it comes to visual design, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say
where
so. I mean...
where I'm not awfully eager to make everything look clean and sanitized, as it were.
You want it to look grimy and dirty.
Not even grimy and dirty. I just like the flow of it. You know, I like going from something that I like the variety.
I used to add grime texture to all my thumbnails.
I certainly have. I do like lens flares in moderation. Usually, if I apply them to a thumbnail, I drag it so that the actual lens flare is just off of the frame, and then there's just sort of like the volumetric effect that goes onto it. And I quite like doing that. Shadows I quite like messing around with. I like smoke. Smoke is a very good one.
Smoke and like embers. I always use fucking embers.
Embers are good. You know, and these are things that make a thumbnail naturally dirty. I also like applying a vignette to it. So I like when it's darker on the edges than the center.
Fucking good. Love.
I like an overlaid gradient ramp sometimes. I enjoy that.
God,
like just at the very end, give it like a ramp of color that's just like overlays it a bit.
I'll tell you what I've been doing lately that is completely overkill and utterly pointless. I've been applying a LUT to the thumbnail.
Oh yes, I love it. I love LUTs. They're fun.
LUT.
Yeah, I like applying LUTs to more or less every bit of footage I get. I don't do it so much with gaming stuff. I mean, I do if I'm trying to toy around with the idea of something being expressive, but I like with the history stuff, everything has to be graded, so I'll apply a LUT and then go from there. Because you can't just film with a camera, leave it at that. It just feels cheap. So I like playing around with the color grading, and the simplest way to do that is to apply a lookup table and then go from there. So that's what I do. But yeah, I love a good LUT. I've got about 600 of them on my PC, and I've used maybe 12.
Every time I sit down, because I'm going through all your thumbnails now, but I always end up going through all of our channels when we do these podcasts and look at our old videos and go like, what the fuck did we make this shit for? Mostly myself, I'm saying the what the fuck part too, because you guys like make great videos, but I'm like, I've just got.
I mean, you go back far enough,
dude. It's rough. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, what do you mean? Like, I did an Assassin's Creed Discovery tour in ancient Egypt. I did a video on it, like a 30-minute.
That is funny.
Well, on Discovery tour when that came out.
To be fair, at the time, it was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, free roam for justice. Like,
that was fuck. You can't knock free roam for justice.
I'm not knocking it. Like that was wild, but like
that was peak content. If
that was probably the best content I've ever made. It's probably the maximum effort I've ever put into content, to be fair. But what a ridiculous thing to make. What a ridiculous thing to make.
Yeah, but that's what works. That's what you enjoy making.
It was fun. Like
it was fun.
I just feel like I forget. It just feels like another world now. You know, my life is so different. Like I don't even make, YouTube videos anymore. I don't play games you keep reminding anymore. Us. Like, I make videos. Like I in the time since I've seen you guys, I've gotten a new job. We last spoke. So 2 months ago, I moved jobs. So I'm in.
Oh shit.
Marketing media agency now, and I'm just full-time videographer. So all I do is go out to shoots for clients, edit videos. I'm like commercial scale stuff, like the best content I've ever made, the best videos I've ever made. It's been incredible, and I'm learning so much, and it's been fucking awesome. So I'm like really happy I'm doing everything I want to do, and then at the night time I just beat people up. So it's just like living the
like
dream.
Batman in real life.
It's real life free road for justice. No, like, but that's the only comments I get now. Like I'll get like on my end of last year for my fight, I get comments being like, I looked you up to see what you were doing. Because people like have gone to the Dynamite channel and they're like, well, I wonder if Tyler's doing anything. And then they find like a video of me fighting someone in a cage. And it's like, what the fuck? It's got to be so jarring for people that don't know.
It's certainly a rabbit hole. I'll give you that. It's not a bad one. And I mean, you're not doing it in an unsafe environment. You're not going out into the streets and just hitting people for fun.
No,
like
I'm
a
not.
crazy
That's true.
person.
That's
which, though that would be funnier from a third-party perspective.
There'd be a niche audience for that. Let's say that.
There would certainly be a niche audience for that. You would be very famous on Instagram Reels.
That's true.
Or like on X, because that shit is the Wild West now.
I see people...
That is the Wild West
on
fight haven.
Oh god, it has gone so far downhill, has X, or Twitter as it once was. Or as
you
I
said
like to
that
call it,
so nonchalantly. Just calling it X as if that's what people call it.
It is. I mean, it is X though, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, when you work in the world of marketing, you gotta call it the right thing.
Yeah,
that's insane. Fuck
it is. That's to be fair. It's probably the first time I've just called it like that. X, like nonchalantly.
I make an effort every day to call it Twitter.
It is genuinely. What the fuck happened? I mean, this is just a thing. Yeah. It's like on repeat. It's like, how can this get any worse? Elon Musk comes up with a great idea to make it worse, and then does it.
I see lots of videos of people dying on Twitter. It's actually fucking horrible.
It's the strange video.
Have a bit of fun.
And it's also like outrage farming, so you get your feed will just be full of people you don't follow, who don't follow you. You have no relation, talking about their opinions on very specific things, usually controversial opinions that, you know, sometimes you disagree with, sometimes you don't. It just depends, because controversial isn't necessarily a leaning thing. It just is.
I guess that was always a part of Twitter, though, wasn't it?
And it's just always content that is designed to farm engagement through outrage. And I go, yeah, I'm so glad that I reply to like one person's tweet a month.
I've blocked so many accounts.
I don't even post anything really anymore. The last thing I posted was the Labour Party's shit post, and we're doomed. And then I post pictures of dogs talking about a Fable trailer, retweeting somebody tweeting about me posting a video on Dishonored, and
can we talk about that? Can we talk about that for a second? Actually, the only gaming thing I've paid attention to recently was when that recent Xbox thing happened, and I saw I think you, Ethan, post a video on my feed. I saw that there was like a Fable trailer, and I watched that, and I was like, "Holy shit, Fables! It's actually happening."
Yeah, it's a real game. It's not fake.
Well, it's a real game because I forgot about it. I forgot that it was
you completely zoned out to Fable there.
I've zoned out to everything. The only games I imagine myself playing in the future is I think I will play Fable. I think I'll play Fable. I'd like to. I don't have an Xbox, but I have a PC.
It'll pass you by. It'll come and go, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I forgot," and then it'll
come out.
I tell you what, I will play. I tell you what, I promise you, I will play Kingdom Hearts 4. That I
believe that. I believe that.
I will. I think that's the only thing I could promise I'll play is whatever Kingdom Hearts game comes out. Anything else, like I actually have had that conversation with Teagues, with my girlfriend. I've said to her, I was like, "Look, I know I don't play games, and I know that she's never known me to play games. Like the idea of me doing any of this stuff is fucking bizarre to her. She's like, but you don't like play any
you engage
that is so strange. You're an epic gamer once upon a time, a vintage gaming lad.
I was a vintage gaming lad, world champion in Assassin's Creed multiplayer, like the best on earth. And she just doesn't know. You have
quite a dark past, don't you?
Yeah, I have a dark past. Like she only really knows me as like I'm a videographer at like career wise, and I fight people as a sport. Yeah. Like that's how she knows me. She doesn't know me to have ever played games, and
she's never witnessed you cry over Kingdom Hearts.
No, but I told her, I said there's a game It's called Kingdom Hearts. I'm not going to explain it to you, but I just want you to know, like, when that comes out,
you don't need to worry about it.
That's like the funniest game that you could also say that you would play too. Like, it's not like Call of Duty or FIFA. No, this Disney game with a kid with massive shoes.
Yeah, it's not like
its best mates are Donald and Goofy. That's the game.
It's not like some big game that even people who don't game often play, like Grand Theft Auto 6 or something big.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably is quite big, Kingdom Hearts 4 in reality, but it's so specific in so many different ways.
I just told her, I was like, I just said, look, that's when the PlayStation's getting dusted off. That will be being played. That will happen. Yeah. And if it's on a PlayStation 6 or whatever, whenever it comes out in 20 years, like, I'll get the console just to play that.
You will purchase the console just to play Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah. And then you will
I'll be disappointed
if you put it in the
attic
didn't. Or will you sell it on?
No, I'll just put it in the attic probably.
Fair enough.
It'd be really
but when do you think, like, realistically, when do you think Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, James? I'll ask you. Like,
I'm so glad you specified James, because I didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
When did the last Kingdom Hearts come out?
End of... I'm just thinking, based on what Square Enix is doing with their Final Fantasy promotion and everything, I imagine they'll ramp up Kingdom Hearts 4 promotion maybe this year, and it'll come out end of next year. That's when I would imagine.
Really?
2026
really?
At the absolute latest.
Okay, you reckon 2026 is the latest?
I can't imagine it'll come out later than that. I just can't.
Right, so 2030, you'll be playing Kingdom Hearts.
Because I was going to say, I was like, well, I'll keep it out. Like, if it's 2030, like, I'll have fucking children by then, so I'll keep it out. They will then play.
They'll love it.
They will get to play Kingdom Hearts 1. And,
that'd be amazing.
You know?
Well, that'll be a nice father-children exercise.
That's when I'll come back to YouTube, is to exploit my children for money. Like, that's when I'll come back.
All of their reactions to Kingdom Hearts.
Well, as if people won't come back, Time on my channel revives, I stream games with my children and I show them Kingdom Hearts. And then one day they'll play the Ezio trilogy. You'd all watch it. You'd all fucking
watch it. Absolutely.
I'd certainly observe in passing curiosity, but I don't have any connection to the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I will be honest.
I'll be a chat regular.
I get that, but I can't. But the problem is, like, I can't show them at 5 years old. I can't get them to play Assassin's Creed, but I can get them to play Kingdom Hearts. Like,
you could certainly try. It's a bit over the reds, though.
But also the violence. I wouldn't do that. Like,
I played Assassin's Creed when I was 7.
No, I'm not having my children playing violent games like that. But I will
not have your children playing Assassin's Creed. It does not lead to happy feelings.
That one's made for kids.
That is no, it's made for retarded people, James. That's what it's made.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can say that. What are they going to do? Cancel me? You know?
Cancel a man who doesn't exist.
For letting you.
Sorry. I'll delete that if I even listen back to it.
No, because then they'll think of something worse.
God!
I said retard. I should have said R word. I'm sorry. I didn't realise.
You should have said goofy goober. That's the word.
Here at the Sporadic Four Pillars podcast, we hold ourselves to account.
Yeah.
We do. Although that word's seen a bit of a resurgence in the internet zeitgeist recently. I've seen more people saying.
You mean?
No.
Never mind.
The word that I'm not allowed to say.
I think it's I think there's certainly an aspect of fuck it, go on then, it doesn't matter.
I feel like there's a few words coming back. I feel like
there's a resurgence of words that you wouldn't expect.
James, why don't you tell us what words you think are coming back? Sorry, we'll move on from this conversation. I won't say what they are. I'm just saying. Jesus Christ, do you know a bunch of fucking?
What they are, Tyler.
I don't know. I mean, I would, but I don't think James wants that. He'll have a fucking heart attack.
No,
James, 7 people are gonna watch this. Honestly, like,
how many?
Yeah,
7.
That's more than I expected.
Me.
Yeah.
7.
Oh God!
Yeah, there'll be a whole 7 people that watch this.
We're lucky, aren't we? God damn.
If you're the 8th person watching this, you have shattered the space-time continuum.
Honestly.
If you're the 8th person watching this, I'm coming to fucking get you.
Sorry. So, dude, to get us back, Fable.
Oh yeah, Fable's coming out.
Well, like the trailer is. Wait, is it woke? Is that? Well, that's my question.
That's what everyone's.
I saw that in the comments. And I thought, well, I assume you pick like what character you want to play. Like, I assume you can pick
so.
Your gender.
I'd imagine so.
They just use for the marketing
that would suggest otherwise.
a female. Again, I'm assuming that gender. I would never want to assume.
But
Not
also,
my Fable.
But also, everyone's been like, it's woke not just because it's a woman in the trailer, but also she's ugly. She's not fit. I don't want to fuck her.
Well, she's also not
so
real.
It's woke.
Yeah, she just
looks like a normal. She just looks normal. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, they've changed her character
She looks
model."
like a woman from medieval times.
Yeah, and also Fable's
I don't know what
always
else they
goofy anyway. Like, you know, if anything,
she looks like
should
she's
look
suffering
goofier,
from diseases
I think,
after
personally.
a hard
But
day
also-
of, like, harvesting parsnips. It's fine.
But my question is also, hey, bruh, you shouldn't even find digital animated characters hot anyway. Like, that's weird to me.
Give Stella
someone
Blade
has
a
to play
go.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, you
Give
mean
Stella Blade a
Tifa?
go.
I know everyone was like jacking off over Tifa and stuff, but I'm not, you know.
It's the best part of the game.
I recently started playing Stella Blade. I gotta play it with one hand, man.
Stella Blade's woke as well though because they censored her.
Oh yeah, they
covered
covered
up
a
some of her
slight part of her
cleavage.
tit. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really outraged. I'm
All these
angry about
outfits,
this.
all these outfits that they fucking. I wanted to play dress up with my little woman character, alright? They fucking censored all of them.
I try my best not to pay attention to the to the is it woke argument of
I fucking love it.
of social media because it will come up for everything.
It's amazing.
It does come up for everything.
Well, there'll be people somewhere on the internet that try to argue that old school Top Gear is woke or something.
What?
That's when we know we'll truly have had.
That is like the opposite of woke. That's
I'm not
fascist.
Sure if before you get to it, this is my example.
Old school
Top Gear is my point. This is my point. They probably don't exist, but I can imagine them existing in this sort of way society is going on.
Jeremy Clarkson is like the anti-woke pill.
If Jeremy Clarkson turned in inverted commas woke, I think the world would end.
Hey guys, on today's episode of Top Gear, we're going woke or going broke.
Tonight on Top Gear.
Oh god.
Oh, man.
James discusses gender politics
with cars.
I think you meant me then for a minute. I had a heart attack.
James discusses gender politics.
Richard joins a Just Stop oil parade.
Oh, they threw cornstarch on Stonehenge recently, and everyone was fucking crying over
What are
it.
you talking about?
I can't believe it. Everyone was basically the other Just Stop Oil protesters.
My toxic masculine, whatever.
They threw like coloured cornstarch onto Stonehenge.
On like Stonehenge, yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's going to damage the rare species of lichen on the rock," and it's like, "Fuck off! You don't care about the rare species of fucking lichen, do you? Who cares about the rare species of fucking lichen?"
Species of lichen on those rocks. I'm not too fond of the rocks
God,
themselves.
it's fucking stupid.
Every time I've been to Stonehenge, I've looked at it and gone, it's just a bunch of rocks.
Yeah,
I want to go to
It's also a tourist trap. It's also a huge tourist trap. It costs you 30 quid to go up to the rocks.
That's crazy.
When there's a footpath right behind it, you could walk past for free.
Can you get underneath it and find King Arthur's
No,
Excalibur
you can't go any.
of Eden?
You can't go anywhere. Okay, I get your joke, but you can't go anywhere near them.
Could I find the Pandorica?
That's rubbish.
Matt
You can't
Smith
touch the stones because of the rare species of lichen, and there's like a rope cordon because everyone's polite and doesn't go over it. So it's really easy to get over it, and before security could chase you down and like pummel your head into the ground or whatever it is they do these days, you could probably touch the stones or indeed pour orange
Put your
paint
ass against them
over it. Or you can indeed
like,
shit on
moon.
Stonehenge if you wanted to, and trust me, after you've paid 30 quid, you might as well. You've earned the privilege.
Does
Probably
the
will.
punishment for vandalism will it like if I were to shit on Stonehenge, would I like get fined more than if I was to pour paint on it?
Well, it's a listed monument, so there probably is some form of penalty for interfering with a listed monument in such a way. Yeah,
But like
If I were
depending
to
on what I
nut
do
on
to it,
Stonehenge.
like if I just touch it. Or if I were to like do like if I were to pour water on it compared to paint, like would that be a different punishment? Or would it be the same?
I think for the most part possibly vandalism, but you're more likely to get sued to fuck by by English Heritage.
Okay, I won't do it
for
then.
trespassing. And
What if I
stuff.
collected rainwater from the region in a bucket and then poured it on Stonehenge? Could they do anything to me? Because it's raining anyway, like, sometimes.
I tell you what, if you got in a helicopter and like dumped hydrochloric acid on Stonehenge.
I mean, that'd be bad. It's like a drive-by on Stonehenge.
Enough, yeah. If you did a flyby on Stonehenge,
Yeah, true, not a
I
drive-by.
think that might be a little bit outside of English Heritage's purview.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do anything really. I'd be away
They'd be
scot-free.
very disappointed. Certainly,
They couldn't do shit. They couldn't catch me.
one of their biggest earners gets acid bombed by
That's
a
one of their
helicopter.
biggest earners. I guess, yeah, it makes sense. Stonehenge is
But
like...
no, Has anyone else here been to Stonehenge in person?
No, I want to.
Nope.
Don't.
I probably will. I'll just pay the
It's fucking shit. It is fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Stone Circles
for the price you pay to go in, it is just dismal. Because look, tell you what, if you fancy going Stonehenge, I'll come down and I'll show you the footpath where you can see it for free, and that you get about as close.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be.
So yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Save myself some moolah.
Yeah, and because I have an English heritage sticker on my car, I can park in the car park, and there's fuck all they can do about it. To be fair, I could get in for free anyway because I'm an English heritage member, but you wouldn't be able to.
Could I just say
that's a weird flex, check? Ethan.
That's a cool flex.
No, to be fair, you could have English heritage.
Weirdest flex all time. Yeah.
How is that weird? That is such a cool flex. Being able to go into all sorts of different historical sites free of charge.
I can park in any English heritage car park. Well done, me. So the point.
Yeah.
But do you still have to pay for the place, or
leave?
Do you still have to pay to go
into
in?
the site for free by just going up to the footpath behind it. You get as close, like I said.
But is this for like any English heritage site?
English heritage membership will allow you to get into any English heritage site.
How do you get?
I mean, that's pretty based.
You go onto English heritage website, I guess. I don't know.
You pay the money.
How did you get it?
You sign up.
Yeah.
Do you pay a subscription or something?
It's cheaper than visiting Stonehenge.
You send the king a letter.
Yeah. It's probably worth it. If you go to like 2 castles a year, it's probably worth the money, to be fair.
No, because like a castle, if on English heritage money, to be fair, most castles is about £8 to go in. And you're talking maybe 50, 60 quid a year for an English heritage membership.
42.
There are enough castles and sites for you to make your money's worth. Yeah.
Some of our castles suck dick.
Maybe I'll do this one year.
I
just pay for this.
The ruins, to be honest.
No, I like the ruins. There's just some that have been converted into like shitty museums. Like I went to
like Warwick.
I mean,
it was
Warwick was
Castle.
Warwick was a bit of a sad one to me.
Warwick is.
Yeah.
I think Warwick is.
I don't
think
like
Warwick
that
is
it's a
fine.
tourist attraction.
I think Warwick is fine.
But
What is it?
When we
Nottingham
went,
Castle?
I didn't realise that I'd been there before.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty
I've been there
famous.
before as a child, and I'd only just remembered when I was speaking to my mother. I was like, "Yeah, we went there when you were younger," and then she was telling me about this thing that we saw. Apparently, it's called the Arming of the Night, and basically, there were a couple of guys in like medieval garments with weapons, and they have a little bit of a staged fight. And they're sort of like going back and forth. One of them's talking through his choice of weapon, which was a massive sword, and he was talking about it over and over again and what it can do, etc. And there was, the other guy just had a big axe, and that's all he could think to say.
And my axe.
So between the guy with the big axe and the guy with the great sword, you could describe in a book. Who do you think won?
The great sword.
No, the big axe.
What the fuck?
The
great sword could unscrew his pommel
is a
and
big
throw it
axe,
at him.
and that's all I remember.
This is a big axe.
Over and over again, exactly like that.
Do you know what's funny is nobody knows we went because I never posted the video.
You piece of shit! He never fucking did it.
I'll do it for our anniversary.
Oh yeah, so we haven't talked. Like, I mean, it's worth saying something and teasing it a little bit, and we haven't talked to George and Ethan about it. But August is the 10-year anniversary of As Always Kill Connor Club first podcast. Like, that's in August.
It is.
Yeah, well, technically, by the time this comes out, this is what 30th
Can we get the gaming sheet
so
on?
At the end, no, fuck that. At the end of August will be the 10-year anniversary of it all, which led obviously to 4 Pillars and stuff. So we're gonna do some stuff for it. Not just one thing, we're going to do a few things for it. So
I'm down for whatever.
And we'll definitely want to do, at the very least, we'll want to get you guys to we'll do a 4 Pillars podcast during that week at the very least. And then,
I mean, at the end of August, I have to let you know. I presume it would be recorded a bit prior.
We can do it a bit early. We can do it early, start of August.
I mean, that week I've got like a couple of things, like at the start and end of it. And when you start peppering things in the middle, you start overbooking yourself.
No. We've got enough planned that week that we don't want to be just busy at the end of August. We'll do things well in advance. So at the very least, we'd love to, like, I think 4 Pills podcast. I assume maybe some other podcasts, maybe some other things. I don't know, but in my head, we'll do a few fun things. It's going to be a bit of a celebration, 10-year celebration, bit of a reunion, bit of a coming back for a few things that is more than just a 4 Pillars podcast reunion, but also some others. So Stay tuned for that. We 10 years. We're not going to leave it. We're not forgetting. We'll come back. Let's celebrate it because obviously it was a big part of all of our lives in the end. So
yeah, man.
Not talking to me.
Yeah, 2014 was 10 years ago.
On your point from before, James, about no evidence of going to Warwick Castle. I did the Decades video. So
oh yeah,
he did.
Shit.
That was just invading
and I did show up in that video.
3 minutes.
I did. That video
you did.
Briefly.
We were on top of the tall bit. We were on top of the actual tower that James refused to go up.
I forgot about that. I forgot.
He didn't fancy it. So we came down the other side, and I got my camera. And I just zoomed in on him, sat there in the pouring rain.
Because it was raining. Yeah.
It did start raining after we'd come down from the tower, but there was a one-way system, so we couldn't get back to you.
Yeah, I had to go back down the stairs, and they were soaking wet. I was like, man, I'm gonna fall and die. I'm gonna break my neck.
Why didn't you just go up the tower like the rest?
Nah. It would have. I'd have been worse off. No, because I do this every single time I come to somewhere with heights. I'm like, I can do it, and then I get up there, and I just involuntarily. I'm like, I can't move. I feel I'm gonna fall over. It just happens to me, and I was like, if I go any higher, it's gonna get so much worse.
I've had that before.
I too have a bit of a fear of heights. I will admit, I wasn't awfully keen on that tower. It was a bit ropey on those steep steps on the way up. The tower was perfectly secure, but those steep steps and they just throw me as well.
Yeah,
but I can't I can't start a history YouTube channel and then pussy out of the sight of a tall tower and a castle.
So what Ethan's saying is he's saying you pussied out, James. That's what he's actually saying.
I'm content with that. I'm a big fat pussy. That's what I am.
Fat pussy.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Surprisingly, I'm not too bothered by heights with I noticed that when I went to Berlin. Obviously, I'd never flown before, so I wasn't sure what I was going to get myself into. And then when I was up there, I was like, you know what, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, good old Berlin.
It's a good place to visit.
They've got
very good alcohol.
Oh, I can imagine.
They've got some nice bars. There was a bar I walked into. I couldn't tell you where it was, but I was quite certain when I walked in that I'd made an error because I was the oldest person there. So
what?
Yeah, I know.
It was a child bar.
Not a child bar. No, they're all grown as far as I can tell for the most part, but they were just younger than me.
They just got off school and they were drowning their sorrows away.
There wasn't a whiff of facial hair anywhere. They were, they were a very young-looking bunch.
Maybe it was one of those bars that's like, it's not really a bar. It's like sort of like teenagers go there to drink like J2O.
They were drinking proper alcohol, all right.
Were they? What the fuck are they doing?
They weren't. These weren't kids. They were. It was just a very oddly specific demographic of young
like
adults.
18 to 20.
That clearly didn't apply to even me. So I had to sort of like mooch onwards.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
We did eventually stumble into a nice bar, not far from the hotel we were staying at. And when I go back at the start of August, I'm gonna go back to that bar because I quite liked it. I'm gonna make it a ritual to go back to that bar every time I'm in Berlin.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell him about my fear of heights.
Yes.
He's Sound, the guy behind the bar. He's worked there for years, apparently. I'm going to tell him about my dread of being high up.
He's just like, I don't even fucking remember you, mate.
I reckon he will, but I don't know.
He probably will.
I mean, my dad went back over. He remembered him.
Oh, so you'll be fine. You just got to jog his memory a bit. Be like, I'm that guy that
jog his memory.
Yeah, jog his memory. What could you do to jog his memory?
Show up, I guess, and ask for a nice bevy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's enough.
Pay for the bevy and enjoy, and start having a chinwag with him again.
Yeah, we love.
I mean, I was there for hours just having a chinwag, getting absolutely sloshed on some pristine German alcohol.
I suppose that's the German experience, right?
You know what?
I was around the corner from the hotel, George, so it was like,
it'll be fine.
While we're here, real quick, and this is off topic, but I just want to quickly ask because I'm looking for the Kenilworth Castle and Warwick footage, just so I can eventually do it. And George, the only thing in your folder is a drive file. It's like a zip folder. Is that just all you did? Is that all the videos? Did they zip up?
George is gonna zip bomb you.
They were.
Where's it saved?
I thought it was mostly on your phone, James, and then Elva's phone.
George.
It is, but I have ones from George and Ethan, and they're all on Drive. I've got all those.
It's
just
got some.
Why is there a random zip file?
I think at most I've given you some B-roll that I never got around to using, or indeed maybe some that I did but don't mind you using.
There's like some stuff. There's like Tyler jumping over the wall and shit.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh my god! I forgot about that. And
wait, so
like, hey man.
So George, you think this is your videos that are just zipped up? Why are they zipped
download.
up?
I do not know. I clicked download and it's taking like 20 minutes to download, so I'm going to assume that it's
2 gigabytes.
It's a bomb.
Okay, I'm gonna
2 gigabytes.
Yeah,
it's gonna take 20 minutes to download 2 gigabytes. My internet's fucking shite.
Yeah, it's pretty cooked.
Also, Tyler, you need to show your girlfriend the video of you jumping over the wall and rolling.
I'll show her.
She'll know the type of man you used to be.
Yeah.
Gaming.
You're an acquired fellow, that's for sure. I do enjoy some of the
I'm
dumb
not for
shit.
everybody.
I do enjoy some of the dumb shit that you just do out of context with like your entire character.
Yeah,
it is something that I have always been amused by.
In other words, we love.
No, in a positive way. It's like,
I agree.
Over a wall.
No, I agree. I just feel like I come across as one way, but I've got a bit of the tism in me. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, especially. But also, it was more when, especially like I'd spend a week with James, and then it would really come
that would
out.
do it to anyone.
Or Toby. You know. All of you boys. Like, when I'd hang out with you guys for too long, I would definitely like...
We're just shameless.
Yeah.
You know?
It is shameless, but it's just like, we're comfortable with each other having fun. We love it, and we just want to make each other laugh. Like, it's just funny.
Exactly.
Just become goofy little guys.
And to think about, like, how long... You know, we're talking about a 10-year anniversary coming up. Like,
fucking
I was 18... At the time of recording that, 18,
I was 13.
Almost 19. Boys,
what?
I'm 30. 30 next year.
At the time of recording what? Wait, what are we talking about?
First Kill Connor Club podcast. I was
way back
18,
in the day, right?
Almost
sorry.
19. Like, I was about to turn, in September I would have been 19. Like, think about all the things that life's changed, and even just... From chatting online on streams about video games, about dramas, to like, you know, and it sucks because I don't talk to all you guys and other, you know, who were community members now, just like good friends as much anymore. But it's just a different life now, and things we do talk about. Even like the other day, I had a video call for like a couple of hours with Zach, and you know he's there with his amazing partner and then his daughter, you know what I mean? Like, and we're catching up on life and stuff, and it's just like, Jesus, what happened? You know, like, what happened? But I also know that even now, when we get together, I'll end up in a cemetery with George in the middle of the night. So, like, it's just, you just never know. Maybe not now. I don't know. I mean, I would, but I don't.
Probably especially.
I'd take you to somewhere nicer, okay? Not the cemetery again.
Look, when the cemetery in Northampton behaved as the dead people did.
Tiggs is going to have to hang out with Elva and Julie or something, because she will not be interested, you know, in whatever business we're up to, you know?
Oh, God, yeah.
So are there any plans to come back over to our humble isle?
Oh, well, I mean, the plan... look, when I was there last, almost 2 years ago now, like, I didn't think it would be this long. I thought 18 months I would have been back, but then there was a whole, cost of living crisis that sort of happened. And, you know, like, the world's become very expensive, priorities change. Teagues and I will be over next year. That's the plan. We want to do a Europe holiday, but I want at least a minimum a week plus in the UK. Go to some new places, and we'll organise like a spot we can all meet up. We'll definitely come to Northampton, of course, and hang out with the Welfords and the Brampton Hall
on your journey.
And see Stu and Julie and the dogs and stuff, like, you know. And I have a great admiration for Northampton. I really do. Like, the first time I came over, it was a good laugh. You know, we had a joke, the Northampton tour, and you took me to sort of shit places, but it was a bit of a laugh. But then, I genuinely love Northampton, especially after the last time I went. Like, it's just... But I feel like it's just this town that... I have some great mates there, and it's just like any nice little town, and it's the town I spent bizarrely the most time in that country. So I just have a very strong soft spot for it. I have great memories there.
Northampton Town home shirt in the post.
Yeah, honestly, you should. I am very. I love it. I can't wait to come back, but I'd love to go to the Lake District. I don't just want to come back. If I'm gonna, well, we're all gonna hang out, obviously, and
so I can meet you up there and tell you what to shit and then leave. No,
but yeah, next year, first half of next year is the plan. Probably April, May, June, somewhere in that window.
It's not a bad time to do it. In fairness, you get the nice cool of the UK, I guess, and then you sometimes get the potent heat.
I mean, this year it was cold until about.
Was it cold in April?
Late June in the UK.
We had like a
the Lake District the Lake District's a bit exposed.
Oh, I mean, Lake District. I don't know what the climate was like.
We're gonna do. We want to do Italy for a good period of time. I haven't been back in 10 years. T's never been. Maybe Greece, Turkey. Spain, want to do a few places, and then obviously the UK to see all you guys, and so that's the trip. That's the
trip. Go to Devon. That'll be interesting.
I want to go to Bath.
Bath is not far from Devon.
I'm going to Bath soon, actually. It's
just I just want to try new towns every time I go. Like when I was there, the first time was mostly Northampton and then a few towns, but when I went back in 2022, I had an absolute blast in Brighton. Loved it. I absolutely loved it. Southampton was great. I loved Oxford. I loved, I just had a great time going to new places. So even though the UK is somewhere I know and I feel like I know really well, I still want to also go to some new places every time I visit too. So
it's a bit of a rabbit hole. Have you ever been to York? I don't know if you have.
No, I probably should do some northern York's places. Nice. I haven't gone.
York is all right. York is decent.
I should probably do a northern town, right?
Well, I mean, if you go to Liverpool, Newcastle, you might be disappointed, but York would be all right.
Okay. I'm okay.
York's good, yeah.
Chester's
nice
okay as well. Chester's good. Probably a little bit dull after a bit, but it's got a complete circuit of Roman walls. I don't know. Where else is there in the north? Carlisle's decent. I don't know. I mean, Blackpool. Fucking hell, you can understand what it's like to be a British person with no money on holiday.
God, Blackpool is actually
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you where you would absolutely love. I'm going to find the most obscure place for you to go and have a retreat, and you're going to think, "What the fuck is this place?" But I promise you, it is about as shit as it sounds. Preston.
Yeah, there's
a massive ditch in the town centre.
I wish I could come back once a year. I love the UK. I really genuinely have such a love for it. It's one of my favourite places, and it's not that it's England is better than Italy or something. It's not, but I probably love it more. You know what I mean? I just have a love for it.
It's about that connection you form to it, you know?
I have a strong connection to England. But also I've never, and I said this after I got back last time, but I've never flown in, and I've been to America a bunch of times, more times than I've been to the UK, but I'd just done a week and stuff, I'd been to Florida and stuff in the States, and flying into London, it's the only other country I've ever flown into where I was landing there, and I was like, oh, thank God. When you fly home, that feeling when you land at home,
that relief
that you get the relief. Yeah. I felt that flying into London the last time because I just know it well, and I feel I have so many friends here. I feel so at home there, and I don't feel like that in any other country I visit. It's only England and Australia, New Zealand, obviously, but outside of my home countries, it's definitely England, and it couldn't be further from where I live. So it's bizarre, but
yes,
I can't go to a town without knowing someone's close by. So
I'll tell you where you'd probably quite enjoy heading up to. I suppose. I mean, if the north of England, if you can't find anywhere appetising there, I guarantee you Scotland will not disappoint.
I would love to go to Scotland. Love to go to
Scotland.
Never been to Scotland.
You've never been to Scotland?
No,
let's go,
no,
James.
neither.
Let's go.
Neither.
Let's take. Why don't we all go?
Sure.
Why don't we go
Yes,
to
you have been
Edinburgh?
to Wales. I'm certain of it.
Let's do
So you've never
2
been
nights,
to
just a
Scotland.
couple
We can meet up with Joe, the founded Scarab.
I love Joe.
You've
Of course, we've got to
never
see
been
Joe.
north of.
Yeah,
You know
that'd be
what?
great.
It doesn't surprise me.
Let's
actually.
go to
I don't know why
Edinburgh.
I'm
Let's.
fake to think of it.
Shit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Edinburgh. Let's do a
Yeah.
weekend
I've always wanted to go.
when I'm up.
I mean, yeah, but you can go to Edinburgh, and that's all well and good. But if you get a bit further north than that, you find yourself in the actual like Highlands, and the scenery there is, you will probably like cry.
And I've wanted to climb Ben Nevis for a long while.
It is
Bloody hell.
genuinely
Not that we do
beautiful.
that. Well, I mean, Ben Nevis, you can just walk up it. You don't really have to. Like,
To be
climb.
to be fair, George, give me a shout. I fancy it as well.
Yeah, it'd be super cool.
It looks-
I
I
mean,
do-
James, our grandparents have been to Ben Nevis. That's how easy it is to get.
Oh,
do
really?
like it.
Oh, I thought it'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like a really like you got to try and get to the summit. It's like a really difficult thing. You got to train
I mean,
for
it
and
is
shit.
the tallest
I assume
mountain
we
in the world.
we don't fly to Edinburgh. I assume we catch the train. Am I
I
wrong
mean,
on that?
You can.
You can fly.
but you can.
But we
Getting up
wouldn't
there
do
is,
that, would we? We'd surely just drive.
I imagine
I mean, yeah,
driving
well,
would
Edinburgh's
also
a
be
bit-
fun too. Take a
Yeah,
road
driving
trip,
would be
you know.
fun.
Look,
Fuck
listen,
it, let's do.
depends-
Done. We're doing a road
It-
trip. We're doing a
Yeah.
road
It
trip.
depends with
Yeah.
Edinburgh where you've got to figure out
I'm
when you
driving.
drive into Edinburgh where the fuck you put the car when you get there.
Oh, we'll
Otherwise-
figure it
Yeah.
out.
because Edinburgh is not the most car friendly of places. That you can drive around it, but it's quite cramped. So.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
fucking
We'll
city
find someone.
driving.
We'll do the plan. We'll do the plan, but it'll
I've
it'll
never
be
There are
cool.
park and ride systems, but
I'm gonna rent a car this time because I've never driven in the UK and I don't. And it's time.
Godspeed, soldier. Godspeed.
Oh, it'll be right. I've driven in the States on the right side of the fucking road. I figured it out fine.
Oh, what?
Like-
Do you guys drive on the left in Australia? Like,
yeah,
like
we do. We're like
true-
we're like England.
Yeah,
we drive
like
north side.
the
Yeah.
sensible people.
Yeah, so I'm not worried
Um,
about England. Be fucking easy compared to
Yeah.
like the driving to the right side of the road, like I've had
You
to in
say,
the States.
you
Yeah,
say
true.
that, and then you realise that every road is cramped to fuck.
Well, I have. It's not like I
Traffic
haven't
is ridiculous.
been on the roads in a car. I know how fucked it is, but
Yeah,
You
it'll be
know.
fine. And
It'll
there'll
be
be like
fine.
a roundabout every
It-
5
it's
seconds.
just-
I
It's
understand
fine.
that
Sometimes
no
you've
one in
got
England
to-
respects the road at all, and that you
No.
guys just were like, "I'll just park in the middle of the road." You know, I don't give a fuck if anyone can get through.
That is true, but at least nobody can argue that we don't know how to drive because we fucking do.
God, I mean, everyone around you when you're driving is literally a single cell organism, as feels like it. Absolute homunculus driving alongside you on the road.
What do you look into the cabins of other cars and go, right? I'm spotting a homunculus today.
Well,
no,
what
it's
funny looking Pokemon can I spy today, boys?
well, it's settled. We'll do a long weekend road trip to Edinburgh.
That would be sick.
That sounds
That'd
sick.
be fucking sick.
That'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that'll be so. Then it's new for all of us.
And
that'll be
I
awesome.
suppose,
That'll be
and I
awesome.
suppose we could. What we going to Northampton and driving up from Northampton? Because that would be the opposite
Well,
direction.
we could meet you
Wherever.
on the road, Ethan. Like, so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
'cause
What would you like? Flash headlights or something, or meet in a service?
I'll hold a
well,
big
I'm sure we
sign
can
out
be.
the window.
There's phones and Google Maps. Like we can be like meet here. You know.
Let's meet here,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
then
but
reconvene,
I mean-
then head up to yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
is there something more majestic about meeting up at the Brampton Halt versus meeting up
Oh.
along
That would be a real Four Pillars mission. You know, if we was like the
True.
Brampton Hall.
Slap some GoPros
That's where the
in
quest
cars.
starts. We get to the Brampton Halt, we pick up the little quest off of a little notice
Yeah.
board.
That
A
is
little
technically
gnome
the
gives it to us.
headquarters of the Four Pillars.
Exactly.
You know,
It is.
technically
And we
speaking.
could slap some GoPros in the cars, get some microphones set up, and then we could
Do a
imitate
car
Top Gear.
podcast.
It shouldn't be too,
Oh my
it
god!
shouldn't be too hard.
We could do this
It shouldn't
really.
be too hard. You've just got to drive and then you know sort of like count down the seconds until you say something offensive.
A
It
car
should be fine.
cast.
Yeah, if we vlog the whole trip and everything, I'll edit it in like 2029 or something.
Yeah.
And
we
then
can just put it
you
in the
know,
Google Drive and it'll
Look
sit there
forward
for
to that.
5 years.
That'll come out one day. So
I mean, I can't imagine the roads going up to Edinburgh being particularly interesting within themselves. I'll be honest.
That's fine.
It's the roads get interesting past Edinburgh.
We can use our human brains to think of topics to speak about. It'll be fine.
I'll be driving a different.
I can't do that, George. I can't do it. I can't think of
Fuck,
topics.
no, neither can I actually. I
I'll
think
be
I'll
sat there on my
burn
own
my brain
talking
out.
to myself.
we'll have to get each other on the radio. We'll have little walkie-talkies.
Oh yeah.
and
have
communicate
some
on
comms and have a
walkie-talkies like
conversation.
the old
But-
days.
Yeah, why not? It sounds fun.
But that would be that sounds like great. That sounds like great fun, and we get I'd love to go to Edinburgh.
But why
I'd love
not?
To see
but why do that when we could go up there to Edinburgh and then we could set out a couple of days to do like the NC 500, and that would be more interesting roads to go with it rather than just the fucking A1.
NC 500. I mean, what road is particularly interesting anyway?
The NC 500 is.
I'm having a look at it now.
Is a route.
Yeah, I do like that actually.
Round the sort of border of Scotland.
Yeah,
it's a very good route, and it's more picturesque than driving.
It does look beautiful. That does look beautiful.
Up those mountains and shit. That's cool.
Up a motorway because.
But we could definitely do that like as part of the trip though. We could drive up, stay in Edinburgh, and then during the day take some road trips out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you need a couple of days to cover 500 miles and be satisfied.
Well, we don't have to do the whole thing, mate. It's
no.
No, you probably wouldn't, but Edinburgh would be a bad base of operations for doing it.
We'll work it out.
You'd want to go up to like Inverness, I guess, wouldn't you?
Don't worry about it. Now we'll go to we'll go to the Faroe Islands.
There's nothing better than like one of the best travel days I've had. Last year, Teagues and I, we were in Hawaii. And we went to the Big Island, and we had a day where we got in the car, and we're like, we have no plan where we're going. We're just going to stop at anything we see that's interesting. And we just did a full day of driving and saw so much shit. And we were just like, oh, that looks interesting. Or this sign goes off to this. And like we end up doing like a tour of a coffee farm and like finding this amazing black sand beach. Like there's just, that'd be something we could do that's so fun. Like don't have the plan, get in the car, see some, be like, let's stop, let's see this site, and you know, go for a bit of a walk. Like that's the stuff that's doing
like side quests
special.
You got like
that's what's special about video games. It's what's special about real life side quests.
We revolutionise, we rebrand 4 Pillars side quests when we go off and we see random shit that distracts us.
We actually decided to go out and touch grass and make our content about ourselves, and we rather than living through video game characters, we're living through ourselves. We actually found, you know, some solace.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of like getting out in the world with the camera as is, so I'm down because I just love getting out with the camera. I don't care what the reason is. I have the history stuff. I've been, I'll always do the gaming stuff. It's fun, but I've also got a mate of mine who's starting doing like cars and stuff like that. So I get out and about because random B-roll is always useful, you know. Yeah, so I could get you. I'm used to filming cars at this point. And I'm also used to filming nice scenery. We could make it really cinematic and also dumb at the same time. I look forward to it.
I'll be sure to take plenty of pictures. I like a bit of photography.
Yeah, take loads of photographs. Take photographs of people's faces close up.
Yeah,
really close up
with like a really wide lens.
Yeah, with a really wide lens, get that fisheye effect, make people look ridiculous. That's the only thing I remember you doing at Warwick. To be fair, was walking up to random the mannequin things with the 0.5 zoom on.
That's what that whole zip file is.
And taking a random picture of the dude, and I've still got some pictures of myself. Like, I wonder what he's doing. I'll give that a try. Did it myself. It's fucked.
It is hilarious. I do love the.
It recontextualizes the guy. It doesn't.
He becomes a whole separate man.
He becomes an Oblivion character. There's no other word for it.
The subject changes form in that lens.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I like days out and doing stuff like that. I like a good mooch on foot as well. Yeah, driving's all well and good, but I like getting out of the car and going for a nice walk across moorland. Moorland is fun.
Moorland, isn't that a Horizon Forbidden West character?
It probably is, isn't it? Actually,
no, across like moors and shit. You.
I know.
You must enjoy a good moor.
I love a bit of a hike. I'm a big fan of it.
You like a good mooch, you?
I do. I like walking about.
If you ever fancy a hike up in the north of England, you need to give me a shout.
Oh yeah, man.
Indeed any further north.
Yeah, for sure.
Towards Scotland and shit. You need to give me a shout because I will come out and join you.
I need to do some more hiking.
I can tell you where you can find some crashed planes and stuff up on the moors.
On the fucking moors? Isn't that where people were horribly murdered? On the moors.
Saddleworth Moor, maybe. I'm not taking you up there, George.
You're taking me to the moors. You can murder me.
Look, it only happened realistically down the road for me. But no, I wasn't planning on killing you on a moor.
No, thank
God.
I
was, however, going to suggest. I know where there are loads of like crashed planes, like wreckages up there and stuff like that. It's genuinely.
That sounds cool as fuck. To be fair. Yeah.
It's genuinely fascinating the fact that they've left it there.
Yeah,
you can go up to it and you can see these wreckages, and
that does sound really cool.
It's just such a nice. There's one in like Derbyshire, about an hour's drive from me.
Oh, Derby, classic.
You get out the car, you walk 2.5 hours. You're like, oh, we're there. That's nice.
Nice little wreckage, all for me. I'm gonna pick up some of that.
Yeah, well, people have already picked up all the things you can fit in your pockets, so you just leave it. That's why I take the camera.
Nah,
so
I got big pockets
from these historical
huge
sites.
Pockets. I reckon I could fit a whole plane engine in there.
And that's good because they're still there.
Oh, why is no one taking those though? Why would
because
no
it's
one
fucking heavy, George.
You need a crane.
Yeah,
I don't know. You're not
getting a
crane up on a moor like that.
Yeah, you can't pick it up with your hands, can you?
Drag it back.
Oh god, yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
But I like getting out in the world. It's fun.
Yeah, next year, okay, Scotland. We'll pencil that into the agenda.
Well, we'll lay down the idea.
Vaguely penciled in with a very faint pencil that can be erased if need be.
Exactly.
But yeah, sounds
it
cool.
won't be
sounds
erased
cool.
because I'd throw up if you did that.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you got me excited for a plan and then erased it, I would be sick.
Oh god, hang on.
Oh god, I'm sweating. I'm sweating a lot.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm sweating a lot.
It's like me during that episode of Four Pillars. It's a real life episode.
It's so hot here. It's insane.
I thought you had aircon. Why don't you turn it on?
Because it's too loud.
I've got my fan on.
Yeah, but I can't hear that.
God, you're a bit of a bitch, aren't you?
You fucking will be able to.
If I turn this on, it's going to be
video.
Way too loud. Look, I've just got to power through. I'm alright.
Turn it on. Wait, turn it on. I want to see if I can hear it.
Yeah, but then I have to plug the thing out the window and everything.
What, have you taken it from the window? You actually mad?
Well, yeah, because if I'm going to turn it off, then I want to close the window too, so there's not loud noises coming from outside.
Oh, your neighbourhood's quite quiet, to be fair.
It is quite quiet.
Unless there's kids running about the streets.
There can be. Yeah, there can be kids.
Rascals.
There can be kids. Not a lot of cars, but a lot of kids.
I always make sure to drive through your neighbourhood very fast, so that if the kid runs out, he gets squished. Fucking 8 children.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god.
Don't even have to talk
George,
I got
a question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
You have some videos for us?
I have 2 videos.
You have 2 videos.
I have 2 videos.
I'm excited to watch them, George.
And they are both animal related.
Well, to be fair, I expect nothing less from George's recommended.
They're pretty comical. Nothing too serious this time. I'll put them in the Facebook group chat.
Facebook, fucking hell.
No, put it in the Skype. You're so
you can't open
on my phone. Oh wait, no, I do.
Oh wait. I thought usually you're like I can't open it. It makes my PC.
Please put in the Skype group chat. Please.
I've got Skype open. I'm gonna have to, I don't know how to get these links to myself. I'm gonna have to email them to myself.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Because I've saved the links on my phone in my notes app.
So like send them to yourself on Messenger or wait, you don't have Skype installed on your phone?
I do, but I'm not signed in.
Well, send it to yourself on Facebook then, or Discord or something.
I'll send it to myself on Twitter.
Yeah. That
I like ironing out the logistics of this segment. It's
part of the charm of.
It is part of the charm.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't DM myself.
Apologies, I went awfully silent there. I've just been slid a situation I'm probably gonna have to deal with in a moment.
That's alright. That sounds quite serious.
I'll send you a picture of the situation I'll probably have to deal with.
Is it a dog-related situation?
Just keep, no. Just keep it quiet. Don't. This is a private one, but.
Okay.
Oh, well, I can't open the Facebook group chat. It has to be in Skype. My phone's filming the podcast.
Your phone is filming the podcast. I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to myself.
But you can open it on
Messenger.
your PC though.
I'm not logged into Facebook. I don't know my fucking Facebook login, bro.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, I suppose
I don't
listen to this. Skype group chat.
Have you guys been watching House of the Dragon?
No.
Yes.
Have
you?
Fuck, it's good. It's so good.
It's very good.
I've been having
very good.
I've been having a bunch of my mates around every Monday. Well, like 10 of us over to my house. We'll have pizzas and watch House of the Dragon. It's been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll watch the Alt Shift X episode explained before we watch the next episode.
Classic.
Classic. I just feels like Game of Thrones days, but an actual good show. You know, like it's great.
Back when it was good. It's
so
good. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm loving it. Yeah. Okay.
You really do notice.
I haven't had a chance to dive in yet to House of Dragon.
You should.
Yeah, I've not watched.
You should. Yeah, it's great.
Like when you watch Game of Thrones, you really notice how like after season 4 it takes a nosedive. It's pretty horrible. Like,
it's not I wouldn't say a nosedive. The nosedive comes later.
It just gets
more
boring.
of a controlled descent, is it?
Well, I feel like 5 and 6 is still 5 and 6 are a bit more of a controlled descent, and there's some great
guys are a tough crowd usually. That one was
hell.
not intended to be a joke.
7 and 8 are the nosedive.
7 and 8 are a nosedive right into the ground. Yeah. 5 and 6 have moments.
You
where
can't say I still
for
stand by like episode 9 and 10 of season 6 are like 2 of my favorite episodes of Game of Thrones.
Which of those? Is that Battle of the Bastards?
Battle of the Bastards, and then the Winds of Winter, like where Cersei blows up the Sept and everything. Like
yeah, that's all still pretty good. Yeah.
They were great episodes, and that's when the R plus L equals J thing happens. Granted, none of it matters in the end, which is why the nosedive is the nosedive. But they were moments that when you're watching them were phenomenal. Like those episodes were exceptional.
I think 5 and 6, the broad strokes are still there, where like. At least it felt like it missed a lot of the minuscule details that made 1 to 4 so good. But it had those broad strokes of story. It was like, still feel like there's a reason to keep going. And then it was 7 and 8 where it was like, what are we doing? What are we even doing? There's no reason to watch this show anymore.
I agree with that. I agree. But House of the Dragon is phenomenal.
Oh, so
why don't you send it in the Facebook group chat and then James can copy paste into the Skype chat?
You know what?
Yeah,
I've got them. I've literally had them open
chat.
for like 5 minutes.
How many videos have we got to go through?
Two.
Only 2. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine by me.
Sorry for the disappointment.
No, it's usually... I'm only disappointed when it's 10, George. I'm going to be honest, pal. It's not that I don't love the absolutely, very oddly specific
you love
things.
It deep down. You love it. You love it, really. We all do.
But I mean, sometimes it's 10 videos and you go, right.
That's fine.
I think it might be only me that loves it that much, where if it's 10 videos, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, somebody signed that raccoon. That looks like an interesting one.
Yeah.
A bit of an Apple TV watermark problem, though.
What? Where? Oh yeah, there is a top right. Yeah.
Yeah, we might get litigated as a result of
Is
we'll be alright. We'll figure it out.
It
is also a clip of like an official game of football. So I mean,
we'll mirror it so it's VT Apple.
But it's football in the United States. Like no one cares about that. Surely it's $12 for the TV rights.
Worst case, we get demonetized, which we might already be.
What's the league called? The MLS or something?
No, it's like football is in soccer, but it's Philadelphia and New York City. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, so that's like MLS.
Major League Soccer.
Something like
that.
Yeah, MLS, yeah.
I was just trying to figure out
it's the name of the channel.
Which league it were, because I don't pay attention to North American and football.
I do. I'm kidding. I don't. Okay, right.
Okay. What one's first?
The first one is Instant Karma Bear gets hit in the nuts for messing with my water tank.
Oh,
I feel like that's a spoiler title, but okay.
There's a lot to unpack there.
It's the reaction's pretty. Well, it's quite sad actually, because I relate to it. Okay.
You relate to it, okay, mate.
I relate to it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Cool.
He's having a yam.
You've got a large,
2015.
big grizzly bear on wrecking a fence. That's annoying.
Bro is just going at it. I don't want that.
Just imagine living in a place where there's just bears around near you. That would be so fucking. Oh, it's scratching its back.
Yeah.
Oh, if you live in a place where there's bears, you kind of account for it, and you go, "This doesn't surprise me."
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you do.
There was the nut hit.
Oh, is that what the nut hit was? Oh, I didn't see it.
He's
gone down.
It's holding in its mouth.
Oh, he's gone down. I missed that.
Oh no.
Wait, skip back and watch it.
Go back and see.
Hang on.
I'm gonna go back.
20
yeah, so it's like fucking with. It's not
yeah. Fuck.
It fucking whips around and just smacks him in the nuts.
Oh, poor guy. Poor fella.
That must fucking hurt.
That's peak.
I keep watching it. Why do I keep watching it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's like, legs get spread out on the ground. He's like, I am in a lot of pain there. He's so just
silly.
wriggling on the ground in pain. Oh, that is rough. That's a ruptured nut.
Oh god! I thought, yeah, it's true. I didn't even think it could have really hurt his balls.
Poor guy.
Badly,
Oh,
long term.
Poor guy. Okay, I do feel bad for that bear actually.
Yeah, so do I. There shouldn't be a little cord there. Why is it there?
Well, okay, with respect,
yeah,
respectfully, it's not the fucking person's fault for having a water tank.
It actually is.
Okay.
In modern society, we should cater to the bears. Okay, that's the end of that.
Round for tea and honey and scones.
Invite him round for dinner. He'd be a horrible guest.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Somebody sign that raccoon. It's such a funny video. Okay, 3.
It sounds like a funny video.
2, 1, go.
Oh my god. It's just a raccoon on this soccer
field. Just chilling.
He's got stage fright.
The commentary is so serious.
The commentators are taking this so seriously. Incredible scenes they're saying. What is going on? Oh my god, please tell me this guy like falls over.
That poor raccoon, he's probably like, why is the crowd jeering at me?
He's not going to catch him. What's
yes. Yes. It's also like the biggest guy is chasing after it.
Yeah, get one of the players to do it.
He's already gassed. Man. The guy's given up with the bin.
To be fair, if you're carrying a bin, you're going to give up after a bit as well.
Imagine being that guy, like, oh fuck, it's like thousands of people watching me, like, embarrassingly chasing.
I was chasing a raccoon with
There's a lot of pain on these players' faces right now. I'm watching this.
How are they not laughing? Oh, a new guy with the bin.
This guy looks a bit fitter, respectfully. Oh!
What are they doing?
Nobody wants to touch it,
This is the most entertaining and interesting thing.
Oh, they did it! Oh, no!
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, calm down!
Oh.
That thing just got battered around with that thing.
Well, he shouldn't have come into the fucking football event, should he?
That is the most interesting thing that's happened in American.
I love the commentator was cheering on the raccoon.
Oh,
that is the best use of a commentary ever.
Yeah, he like reacted to the raccoon escaping as if it was like an attempt on goal.
That's so funny.
I mean, you've got to entertain yourself when there's a massive stoppage like that.
God. Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately,
it's where commentators earn their stripes, though. When something isn't happening,
yes,
start focusing on why and making it entertaining.
They have to just talk about something else. It's like last night in the Germany v Denmark game.
Did that end up getting? Well,
there was a stoppage because there was a storm, and the commentators had to talk about random shit while the rain was going on. So yeah, it really does show a good
I didn't
commentator.
watch that. I did watch.
It was a good game.
Switzerland versus Italy, though.
I mean, I need to keep up with Italy. I've only been sort of sporadically watching other teams and then sort of watching England whenever they're on.
It really hasn't been coming home, has it? It's
a depressing sight. I think we've all given up saying it's coming home.
It's been
never coming home.
It's not this decade.
It's crazy though, because our team is amazing and it's being wasted.
I don't think it's going to come home. I have a feeling not this time.
Everyone wants Southgate to fuck off.
He's done a lot of good for England, but maybe it's.
Oh yeah, no, he's done bits. Like I'm not going to be one of the people to just straight up hate on him. Like he has done. No,
do we have anything else we want to talk about or catch up on? I don't even know.
I mean, it's not.
My
like
brain's melting. I think.
Yeah.
The video games I'm playing at the minute.
Enough.
Well, it is 11 p.m. for me, so I'm slowly descending into man.
You are a sleepy boy. EP.
I'm
an
old man now.
Often, every so often, instead of going to bed at a reasonable time before, presumably you start your work week, you jump on a Skype call and listen to 3 English men.
It used to be so much easier than it is now. And these days, I'm like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I got I get a headache.
By the time you're an elderly gentleman with grandchildren, you are going to be traumatized by the prospect of of jumping on a Skype call with English men.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine we'll still be using Skype to do this when we're old.
The old reliable.
You will go vacant for a bit in front of your grandkids. They will know that you're here.
Back in my day, yeah.
Back in my day, we had Skype. To be fair, Skype is archaic technology.
The only time I load up Skype is for this.
It's crazy. Well,
the last time I loaded up Skype was last year. Sorry, go on.
Fuck. Well, I was just going to say, it's the end of June / start of July now. We'll be back in just over a month to record again, and then in 2 months to actually release it. So we'll be back soon. So we don't have to, if we forget to talk about something, we'll be back soon to talk about it again for another Four Pillars podcast. We'll be in your ears.
In your soul.
I'll get a
heart,
new webcam.
Maybe in your bum.
that works.
Sorry.
So I don't have to use my phone. But lads, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up and have a yarn with you all, and as well to plan a fucking road trip. So.
Oh man, we'll do it.
Yeah,
it'll be sweet.
And then we'll all get heckled by Scottish people because they hate English people.
Yeah, but they love Australians. Maybe I don't know if that's true.
I
reckon they probably like Australians,
but they probably aren't fond of England as a nation more so than anyone who's willing to take on board.
Skill issue. We were just the best at fucking killing people. So
get into a battle.
I mean, you could ask him who's the best at football, and the answer would be neither of us at this point.
Well, yeah. I would never claim that England is amazing.
Not at the moment, certainly. Yeah, fair enough.
All right, lads. Well, it's cool. Great to catch up, and glad everyone's well, everyone's healthy, and we will catch up again very soon. And and of course, I very much look forward to next year where we can all be together in person. Once again,
for sure, man. For sure, it'll be a lovely time. I miss you, bro.
I miss you too.
So much,
I miss the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, gives a shout.
It'll be good.
Gives a shout when you're coming by.
Yeah, when we book our flights and the trip, which will probably be towards I think September, October, we'll probably book flights, lock it all in and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And we'll let you know, but because we're hoping this year, but it's just we're saving for a house as well, and there's just a lot of expenses.
It adds up, done it, mate?
And the whole cost of living, global crisis we're all going through at the moment. Things are more expensive than ever, so it's just been a lot harder to get back than I anticipated it being. So
yeah.
No, I understand.
Sure. Yeah, but we'll be back. We'll be back soon. I can't wait. Yeah. And then we'll be, and for everyone listening, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back end of August for something special. Several things.
Hopefully.
It'll be hopefully, all things go well. We'll be back for some fun stuff at the end of August. Celebrate 10 years of friendship, of us doing this, of all of this years. So can't wait for that, and we'll see you all next time. So thank you all. And goodbye.
Crazy.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
All right, guys. See you later.
Fairly
Have a good one.